Drop it.
Hello and welcome to Tutorials with Syrian. Today I am going to show you how to make a mob farm, or mob grinder as you call it, that kills the mobs for you when they drop down in the spawner, and you'll get the loot but you won't get the EXP. This farm kills spiders as well as other mobs, but it doesn't kill endermen. So the only thing that it doesn't get is endermen, which is because of the water transportation system, even though endermen will spawn inside of the spawner. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about here is the way my setup is. I'm going to make the type of mob spawners I make are very tall and very deep, and they're not that big to the sides, so it's more compact, and they respawn more mobs because they load in the chunks around you. So, I make them 4 rows here. I make 4 rows of water out from this is where the mobs are going to drop down into the grinder. And then I make the 8 spaces. I actually make it 9 spaces and an extra block on the other side of the water so that more mobs will spawn. And it helps to keep some space from the wall down to the water. The water pits have to be too deep so the monsters can't get up again. And sometimes spiders will clog the system, just letting you know, so if something's wrong you can always check just to make sure. Else, some big squares between the 2 grinders, else you can also make them, instead of squares you can destroy this part so they're just 4 blocks or 3 blocks out from the water, but I find this way a lot more efficient. So this is my setup. Now I am going to make some walls on the black outline. So now I've built the walls, and as you can see they are quite tall. They're actually 5 blocks tall, and that's because the ceiling is going to be on the 5th block, and there has to be a 2 block drop so that the monsters can't escape the water when we're going to make the waterway on the next floor. So the next part is making the ceiling where you can still see the water in the bottom, which I'm just going to do right now. Now as you can see I've built the wall, the roof, so you can see that there's a big X right here in the middle, or a plus. Now we're going to make the water on the next floor, which is going to be right here. So you need to go 2 blocks down, and then you're going to make the outer line for the water so it doesn't escape, like this. Like this. And the bottom. And now you can see the monsters will spawn here and they will drop in the water. And I've made this so it's only too tall so the enderman won't fall in the water and teleport to other floors, which will cause a lot of lag for you and your computer. So now I'm going to make this on the other 4 rows. So now you can see that there's space enough for the water on this floor. And you can also see that the bottom floor here is totally covered. And yeah, monsters will begin to spawn soon, and we will have ourselves a mob farm. Now we need to put some water on this floor as well, which is just 2 blocks in each row. Not very hard. And now the ceiling for the other floor here will work as a floor for the next floor, so this is pretty cool, and you can go this all the way up to the maximum build height and all the way down to bedrock, or not all the way, because there has to be space for the grinder itself, which I'm going to show you how to build now. You're going to go a few blocks down so that the monsters have a way of transporting, and you have to think that this has to go out of the mob spawner, so there's space for the grinder. So let's make it's a good idea to make this free for the start so that the monsters won't get caught in the middle for the other mobs, and then 2 blocks in make it 1 smaller. So just keep making this pattern until the water runs out. Go 1 down and make the water even more. And then you want to do the same as on the other floor, so that the monsters won't get caught right here. You can always put a few torches if you want. I'm actually going to do that right now because it's getting a little dark. So yeah, and when you get here, you want to make the grinder itself, which is not very hard. I'm going to clear some space out, 2 seconds. Okay, now that I've cleared some space out, I'm going to show you the next step. The next step, oh, you can see monsters are spawning. It's a good idea to block that off while you're working. So you want to dig a 8-hole trench right here. This is going to be the item transporter system. So you can make this as far as you want and make it go to the surface with pistons or whatever. Now, when the monsters get here, they need to be blocked so they don't fall into the next step. We want them to go into the grinder, which is just going to be 2 blocks right there. And you want to open it up. Now the monsters will go over here, and you need 2 ladders here. This will make the mobs go upwards and into lava. And the reason you want them going into lava is it won't burn out their items because only their head touches the lava. So that the lava won't eradicate the items, but I'm gonna be a little efficient here, only use 1 bucket. Now, the ladders will block the lava from escaping. Now, when a monster comes here, the monsters keep jumping, so they will go onto the ladders, get into the lava, and as you can see, only the head part of the mob will get into the lava. So, the drops go from the feet, down in the water, down into the transportation. Now, the problem is, spiders will go through here. And to get the spiders killed, you want to place 1 sand block right there with a cacti on it. Now, when the spiders come through the water, they will go onto the cacti and they will pretty much die from the cactus. So, this is how to kill spiders from your farm, and this will kill the rest, except for endermen. So, now let's release some monsters so that you can see what's going to happen. I'm just going to place some glass here so we can actually see what's going to happen. Okay, here we go. Now you can see, and I'm playing on Halloween, so the new scary update thing, if you've seen it. The monsters will go up to the lava, and the drop will fall out in the bottom. Now, the spider right here is blocking my view because I put glass things instead of normal glass. But yeah, this is what will happen. All the drops will get down here, and all the drops will be escaping down here. So you can make some stairs up to your mob farm, or you can make a transportation system upwards. But yeah, as you can see, monsters were spawning fast inside, and bats will spawn as well. They will go down to the spawner, and they will die. So yeah, look at the spider now. It will die on the cacti right there. And you will, there's only a 50% chance of getting the loot from a spider because sometimes the string will hit the cacti or the blocks around it. But yeah, that's basically how to make a mob grinder, and you can just extend it with more floors if you want to make it more efficient. So yeah, I hope you can comment and like this video. Thanks for watching.